You're ending your relationship with your best friend. And then you're left with nobody. So I understand the point. He was a good dad. He was a good husband. He just lacked in a very major area. I don't know how to fill this huge gap. I had an active household. Now I don't have that at all. And I just don't know how to replace it. Is how lonely it made me feel for what I have now and what I've lost. So for those women that are in the same situation where you're ending the relationship with your best friend after 30 years of a marriage, I sympathize. I understand the pain.
Guys,
Welcome
I hope
back,
you're
family.
taking notes. I hope you're listening, guys, because listen to the first thing that she said in this clip, the first clip, right? She said she was a good guy. She was a good husband. It was not a bad person. So being a good husband and being a good father is not good enough anymore, guys. I hope you're taking notes. I'm not getting married, and I'm not saying people shouldn't get married. If you want to get married, you can still get married, right? Go and get married. Don't listen to me, but I'm not getting married, guys, because I'm not doing this, guys. How can you tell me that this person is not a good person and you still divorced him? Why did you divorce him? But anyway, this is another modern woman. Another one. Another modern woman who destroyed her own family and then came to the internet looking for sympathy. Let's hear what she has to say. Let's keep it pushing.
Today, we are going to review this modern woman who decided to leave her 30-year-old marriage to go back to the streets just to get pumped and dumped. Let's first start by watching her admitting that her ex-husband was actually a great dad and a great husband.
This is a very complicated point, and this is one of the things that I faced that was the hardest for me to make the final decision to leave, is because he's not a bad dad. He's a great dad. My children were blessed with a very good father. And honestly, I had a really good husband. Other than these issues, I understand. But in terms of like sharing parental responsibilities, sharing responsibilities around the house, grocery shopping, cooking, like all of that, he was a good provider. So I think that was I definitely struggled with making my final decision to call it over because he was my best friend. I read my journal on like the day before I got that May 1st letter in 2019. I was happy. We called each other multiple times throughout the day. If I ever have a win of any kind, he would be my first call. I lost all of that. I mean, other than the friends that I also lost, I lost my best friend. And I've not replaced that person. I just don't have anybody to call now if I have a win, which is probably part of this TikTok. So I'm sure there's other women out there that have felt the same thing, where you're ending your relationship with your best friend and then you're left with nobody. So I understand the point. He was a good dad. He was a good husband. He just lacked in a very major area. Fucking complicated for the person who finally has to call it over. So for those women that are in the same situation where you're ending the relationship with your best friend after 30 years of a marriage, I sympathize. I understand the pain.
What the hell would you end a freaking 30-year-old marriage with a great husband and come to cry on social media for sympathy? If your husband was such a great man, why don't you focus more on the positive side of things and less on the negatives? That is how you can compromise and gradually work on your differences as a couple. This is one of the ways successful couples actually do things. I personally know why she left her 30-year-old marriage, and I will show it to you at the end of the video. But right now, we are going to watch her cry while regretting her decision of leaving her husband when loneliness hits hard.
So I promise that I will always be as honest as possible with all y'all. And I was humming and hawing as to whether I was going to post this. But I know I'm
No,
not
you're
the only
not.
one who has
You're not.
this issue. The unintended consequences that I didn't foresee going to Easter dinner on Sunday is how lonely it made me feel for what I have now and what I've lost. And I spiraled and have been in bed for the last 2.5 days. Total honesty. I actually had a session with my therapist on Thursday, and I had said to her that I just don't know how to replace this chasm of emptiness that I have in my life. And I don't, for all of you that have gone through this and, started again later in life, especially in a brand new city, I don't know how to fill this huge gap. And, I had an active household. And now I don't have that at all. And I just don't know how to replace it. So if anybody has any ideas, let me know. I would love to hear how you did it.
No.
Okay, guys. Now look at this woman and listen to this woman. First of all, she looks miserable, right? And that's what divorce does to you. You become miserable. Every woman that I've reacted to so many videos so far, guys. And every woman that I've reacted to, they end up miserable, lonely, and not mentally okay, right? So there's no way you can replace your husband. I don't care what people say. You can't replace your husband. It's hard to leave your marriage after 30 years because after 30 years, that means that you're old as well, right? You're off the dating market because you have to, ladies, here's an advice, right? You have to accept the fact that you're not man. You're not going to be in the dating market long like men, right? Like men are going to be in the dating market for long because we can just improve something, right? We can just, if like we don't look good anymore, we can just get more money. Because when we have more money, young girls will still like us. You understand what I'm saying? They will still want us to spend money on them. And as men, we don't mind having a transactional relationship. Because if I'm 60 years old, bruh, and I just want to have a relationship where I'm just having sex, like I'm gonna get myself a 21-year-old if I'm that type of a dude. And I will spend money on her. I will shower her with gifts. She's just gonna want to be with me. With a woman, it's different. If you're 60 years old, like nobody's attracted to you. You know what I mean? Or if you're 50 years old, 55, especially when you're 55, you start fading away. People are not attracted to you anymore. So for you to think that, I can be in a marriage for 30 years and then after that you divorce and you think you can find somebody else. Come on. Come on. What are the chances though? What are the chances? You understand what I'm saying? So we have to be real about what age does to women and what it doesn't do. Because it doesn't do anything to men. It doesn't do anything to us because I can age. I can be 70 years old. As long as I have money, I can still have women around me that I can just shower with gifts and they'll sleep with me, which is like something that men like doing. We like having sex. You ladies might not like having sex. We do, even though even when we are like 70 or 60, we will still love to have sex. I've seen like people who are like 60-year-old men who who like having sex, who like being around younger women. So when you're a woman, age is just against you, guys. It's just against you. Look at this woman. She's miserable, bro. You can just tell by looking at her that she's miserable. And even the way she sounds miserable, right? And she shouldn't have listened to the people on TikTok, because the people on TikTok are the most evil people in the world, bro. They're the most evil people in the world. And that's a fact. But anyway, let's keep it pushing.
You already had a lovely home, and you decided to destroy it because of your own selfish desires. Guys, this woman decided to divorce her husband and leave the city where they lived for over 24 years, just so that she can be free to ride the cock carousel like it was 1999. In this next clip, she will demonstrate by herself how she is really from these streets by showing you how many sexual partners she had in less than 2 years after she left her husband.
Okay, I saw this message and I thought, you know what, that's fair. So I just thought I would recap, like the ones that you don't have to worry about anymore. And then I'm like, I don't know what this list says about me, but these people are, they're not around anymore. So it doesn't matter. So, I mean, I could create a spreadsheet, but this is who's remaining. I don't know, that's going to be backwards, but so Mars, Polo, and RV. So let's talk a little bit. So Mars I've actually been seeing since November of last year, and it's friends with benefits. Let's just be honest. He is attractive as all get out. He's younger. He's around 40. He's intelligent and lovely, and we see each other every couple of weeks, and I really, really like him. But that's what that is. So Polo, I started seeing a week and a half ago. He's a year older than me, so he's 56. Oh wait, I'm 56. We're the same age. I forgot I turned 56. And he's lovely, and I really enjoy spending time with him. It's only been a week and a half, so we're early days. So, and then RV, little disappointing this weekend. It was his birthday, and I had said, hey, if you want to get together, we can do something, even though we haven't really seen each other much in the last few weeks. So he's like starting to edge over to like this side. I'm not willing to give up on him yet, even though all my girlfriends just said I don't want to hear about him anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not willing to give up, but he's giving me no indication that he's at all interested. So I'm kind of being out anyways. So that's who's remaining. I'm not looking to add anybody. I'm off the apps. I'm not looking to add anybody into the roster right now. I think we're good. So yeah, I hope that helps. I'm not quite sure what this says about me, but anyways, that's where we're at. Okay, I'll have updates this week. Bye everybody. I have a date with Polo tomorrow night. Okay, bye.
Yo,
Ma'am,
if I was the ex-husband, I'll be hurt by now. I'll be so hurt, guys. I'll be so hurt, and I wouldn't be hurt because she slept with all these men. I'll be hurt that I was stupid not to see that I married a 304. You understand? Because this is clearly a 56-year-old 304, guys. You understand? I would have been hurt by now, guys. I would have been so hurt. I'll be crying when I'm watching this video, because I would think that, I'm stupid. Like, I would think that I'm so stupid to not see that I married a 304, because she's been like this all her life, bro. She didn't become like this after the divorce. I don't believe that. I don't buy it. I don't care. She's always cheated on her husband, on her ex-husband. She's always cheated on her ex-husband. And I don't care what you say, bro. I don't care what you say. I really don't. Because you can try to convince me that, she started having multiple partners after the divorce. That's a lie. That's a lie. There's no way you can convince me to believe that. I know those type of patterns, dog. I know when a woman is like, even when I'm with a woman, I know when like she has multiple partners. I know for a fact that this girl has multiple partners. I'm not supposed to take this girl serious. So this woman has been like this for like years, since she started dating this man, before she even started dating this man. I will feel stupid if I was the ex-husband. I'll be hurt right now, bro. Let's keep it pushing though.
What this list says about you? Well, this list reveals that you are 100% for the streets. As you guys can see right now on your screen how she decided to start going to the gym to work out so that she can look good for Chad and Tyrone. These modern women never put so much effort to look their best for their husbands when they are in their marriages.
Do you know that modern women, bro, they will get in a marriage with you and not give you sex. And then if you ever ask them, because I asked this girl right now, it's like we were having this conversation, me and this girl, like, why do women don't want to have sex with their husbands, you know, after they're married for like 20 years and stuff. And that girl told me like, oh, maybe it's because they're tired, menopause and everything. And I said, what if the husband go outside and, you know, start having sex with other people? Is that okay? And that girl told me, it's like, okay, so is it okay if the woman does the same thing as well? I'm like, but the woman is tired. The woman is tired. She's going through menopause and everything. Why does she need to go outside to have sex with other people, not her husband? You understand what I'm saying? Because women, they don't mind having sex with other people that they desire. You know what I mean? They don't mind doing things for other people that they desire outside of, you know, their marriages. They don't mind. If they don't desire their husbands anymore, they will go outside and, you know, and do the most for people who they desire, not their husbands. Women don't get married to men because they desire them. They get married to men because they're good men, they're good husbands, and you know, for security. That's what they get married for, right? They get married because that man can provide, can protect. You know, he can lead. He can, you know, he can be a good father, a good husband. They don't marry that man because that man is desirable. You understand? Look at this woman. This woman is out here, bro, you know, doing the most for other men, not for her husband. That's facts. Shout out to HL Talk That Thought.
Sure do when they want to go have some fun in these streets. I will now show you the real reason all these modern women divorce their husbands. They destroy their families just so that they can chase after Chad and Tyrone's validation. In this next clip, you will see the excitement of this woman talking about her Chad so that you guys can understand what I am talking about.
Okay, Mars. So we had messaged, I think we met on Tinder, and we had started messaging probably in October, and just flirtatious. Yeah, his nickname was Mars is because he has a job involving space and stuff like that. So anyways, it was just an easy nickname. And so around 40, attractive, and it was my first ever friends with benefits, and we met up for the first time in November, and consistently seeing each other until about just a few weeks ago. Anyways, I'll explain why. But man, if there was a way for a woman to feel desirable again, it is to it's to spend some time with somebody that, one, knows what they're doing, but then also just, I don't know, ladies, but mwah, he's great. And yeah, it was always the joke whenever I start dating somebody, it's like, you know, it's important if they make me end it with Mars. Yeah, that good. On so many levels. And you know what, honestly, we would have great conversations as well. It wasn't just the physical. We would have fantastic conversations. And so, Mars. Yeah.
Now, let's have a look at how she keeps on pursuing her Chad even after he dumps her.
So this message is very timely because I was actually just about to make a TikTok because I actually heard from him yesterday, and so we're hopefully getting together in the next couple of days. So I know I still have to bring you up to speed on everything and as to like why we stopped communicating about 6 weeks ago, but I heard from him Friday, and yeah, I think we're gonna meet up in the next couple of days. So I will let you know.
Look at the excitement she has for someone that don't even give a about her.
You guys, I forgot to tell you, I saw Mars last weekend. I totally forgot to update you. I am so sorry. Oh my gosh, it's been such a crazy week. Yeah, we saw each other last weekend. It was lovely. So anyways, just wanted to update you on that.
Whether a modern woman is 18 or 55,
Facts.
they all act like teenagers most of the time. They react and make life-changing decisions by following their feelings. Remember that she even left her city so that she can go away to fulfill her
What did I
need
say?
of being a 304. After all her debaucheries, she tries to come back to her city and cries after reality settle in. Let's watch.
So I'm still in the town where I had left when I left 2.5 years ago. It's been interesting. It's been melancholy in a sense that I came back, and as soon as people knew I was back, my phone blew up. And, you know, you're just instantly surrounded by people who know and love you and know your story. And I saw my son, and I met his new girlfriend, and she's lovely. I've connected with my mom in that we've texted, but she's actually not in town. She's actually in the hospital in another city, which I just found out when I got here.
Imagine this person has a
And,
son, guys. This person has a son. Like, I mean, I would have committed suicide. I swear to God, like I would have committed suicide if I had a mom like this. Like, imagine the embarrassment, dog. Like, if I was to go on social media and see my mom showing off, you know, the guys that she slept with, showing off her body count. You know what I mean? Like, I would commit suicide, guys. I would kill myself. Oh my God. Let's keep it pushing, though.
So that's still a work in progress. Complicated. Those maternal relationships are so freaking complicated. So there's been a lot of tears while I've been here. Honestly, did I make the right choice of moving away from here where I had so much support to a city where I didn't have anybody? And I'm still trying to figure it out and make it home. And I mean, I definitely have friends and stuff in the new city, but yeah, you forget that it's not the same as where you left. I was here for 20 years, 24 years. So it's a process.
Guys, when you see older women who are single and complaining about how there is no good men left to date them, do not feel sorry for them. They probably brought it on themselves like this woman. She had a family that loved her. She had a community
Facts.
that cared about her. She had friends that supported her. But what did she choose to do? She chose to leave everything and everyone behind just so that she can go chase Chad and Tyrone. My dear, you thought that you could do better than your husband? Well, you played yourself. Fellas, protect
Well,
yourselves
guys,
at all times
I don't
and
have
avoid these
any more
types of
to
women.
say, right? Because she said everything. She said everything, guys. She told you that, you know, she showed you her body count. She told you about, you know, her chats and her Tyrone. You know what I mean? Yeah, and shout out to Mars, by the way. Those are real players. Those are real players. But anyway, that's it for tonight, guys. My name is RJ Godfella, and this is the RJ Godfella Chess. Now, if you like this type of content, guys, please subscribe to my channel so I can keep on reacting to this type of content, because I also like it, bro, because I'm learning a lot about women, you know. And for almost like 3 years, I always told myself that I will never get married, and I thought it was because of the heartbreak that I've been through, right? I just thought it was because of the heartbreak I've been through, but now I see it because I react to these videos, right? And I enjoy watching this channel. Shout out to HL Talk That Thought for giving us this type of content. So yeah, I thought maybe I was just going through a heartbreak, but right now I'm gonna say this, man. I don't want to get married, and the reason why I don't want to get married is because women be tripping, guys, and that's the truth. Women be tripping days, and we have to tell it like it is, dog. We have to call a spade a spade. Women are the reason why we don't have nuclear families anymore. Women are the reason why, there's single parent households. Women are the reason why people don't want to date anymore, both men and women. There's a lot of women who would want to date and be in a relationship, but they can't be in a relationship because women have destroyed it, bruh. It's not men who destroyed the relationships. And if it was men, I wouldn't care because I don't date men anyway. I date women. So, but I see that women have destroyed, relationships. They've destroyed dating. They have destroyed families. And you know what I mean? Because they're the only people who believe in breakups and, divorces. And that's a fact, guys. That's a fact. I know a lot of women will come up here and say, what about men? Men should take accountability as well. Like, who cares, bruh? Who cares? Nobody cares. Because you're the ones who are getting into marriages and divorcing and breaking up those marriages and destroying families. Because you don't want to be with the man who don't want to date you anymore, who doesn't want to do the extra shit that doesn't matter. Like, what matters is this man is a good father and a good husband. He's providing, he's protecting, he loves his kids, he loves his wife. You understand? Now I have to come back from work and give you a massage. I don't want to fucking do that, bro. To be honest, I don't want to do that, bro. But anyway, guys, subscribe to my channel, man. I like this type of content, bro. I really do. And I wish that, people can help me to spread awareness so people can see that, you must be careful of women. Whether you want to date them or you want to be in a relationship with them or you just want to marry them, you should be careful of them, bro. You should be careful because they can wake up in the morning and say, oh, you're not for me. I made a mistake. You're a good guy, but it's just not enough. I just need you to do more, and I'm divorcing you. You know what I mean? Yeah, I wish people can help me, guys. I wish people can come through and spread this message, and spread this awareness, so guys can know that, like, marriage is not really a game. When you marry modern women, you're gonna end up crying, bro. You're gonna end up crying. And I'm not saying all women are bad, but so far, I've reacted to so many videos and I've seen that men get divorced for nothing. They get divorced for nothing, bro. Like, there's no valid reason why men get divorced, because it's not about, domestic violence. It has nothing to do with cheating. It's just all about women's ego, bro. It's all about women's ego. Okay. So, but anyway, subscribe, guys. Subscribe to my channel. I like this, and help me spread this awareness, guys. Please help me. Wherever, like, when you find, follow HL Talk That Thought, guys. That's the name of the channel. HL Talk That Thought. Follow him. Share his content, bro. That's what you need to do, guys. Share his content. He's really trying to help us, so we can see what kind of creatures modern women are. And I'm not saying every woman is like this, but I want us to understand. If you want to get married, guys, so that you can vet these women correctly, you understand, the right way, and see what kind of creatures they are, and know how to test them, and know how to, just to get into a relationship with them and get out as quick as possible before they destroy your life. Look at how they're destroying men's life, and they come into the internet and telling the world, because it's not a crime to do this to men, dog. It's not a crime to do this to men. They can come to the internet and brag about the guys that they slept with, and brag about the guys that they're seeing after their divorce, because even during their marriages, they were still seeing these guys. But anyway, let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing, man. Love to everybody. Subscribe. Peace. I'm out.